locked up for Mitt Romney, but there's still no clear indication of whom he will choose as running mate. Luckily for the Romney campaign, National Journal has a new article and a poll taking a look at the probable candidates. Joining me is Alex Roarty, author of the article and a politics writer for the National Journal. Alex, I'm glad to have you here, and I don't know if you heard Dave Wagner and I talking just in that last segment, but he's like, couldn't we think of a better word than veepstakes this time? So maybe you've got something better to call it.
Boy, I wish I did.
Yeah.
But I know, at this point, it's with the primary winding down, it's kind of becoming the most popular parlor game in D.C. now.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
Speculation has definitely increased the last few weeks.
And to that end, I want to look through the possible running mates in your poll, as we have New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, Senator Rob Portman, Senator Marco Rubio, and then Representative Paul Ryan. Among both Republican and Democrats, Rubio seems to be the top pick. How likely do you think that ticket is?
You know, I think he's still the favorite at this point, but the interesting thing is we did the same poll in October. At that point, he was the consensus pick of Republicans and Democrats too, but it was at 60% in both. Now you see he's down to 30% in both. There's definitely been a cooling off on Marco Rubio as kind of the favorite to be Mitt Romney's running mate at this point, and really kind of in his place we've seen Senator Rob Portman, the senator from Ohio, is now all of a sudden sort of the chic pick for the GOP. So there's definitely been a change even in the last 6 months on that.
Yeah. What about the issue of foreign policy? Do you think that may be something that is a big issue and that may have put the downward tick in terms of Marco Rubio, because he's only had 1 year on the Foreign Relations Committee? Right.
I mean, certainly that's something, if he's picked, that's immediately something Democrats would jump on to point out, but I wouldn't anticipate that being sort of their main line of attack. You know, look, this election, issues number 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be about the economy. So foreign policy, while important, is definitely going to take a back seat. The running mate can make a really big difference in gathering votes. And the candidate normally would not get some votes, and of course that person might bring them in. I mean, you think Johnson, as vice president, helping Kennedy take the South back in 1960. What is the demographic that Mitt Romney's going to target where he's perhaps the weakest and try to pull it in with his VP pick? Right. Well, that's sort of the bottom line for why some Republicans, some conservatives are really excited about Marco Rubio. Mitt Romney right now has a big problem with Hispanic voters, who are sort of an increasingly important voting bloc. And Rubio, the thought is, could really attract and maybe cut into some of Obama's advantage there. You know, I think you talk about sort of the demographic advantage. With someone like Rob Portman, you're looking at more of a geographic advantage. He's from Ohio. Ohio is always sort of the quintessential swing state, and it's going to be important again this time around. So with someone like him, you're talking about geography, and maybe he can, you know, give Romney the few extra points he needs to not only win Ohio, but potentially tip the entire election. Okay. Alex Roarty, thanks for chatting beefsteaks with us. We appreciate it. Thank you. She's a power player in today's media, a woman of great success, but Tina Brown admits